Hi. Okay. Here we go. It's Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. Ooh, Taco Tuesday. Maybe that's a good idea for dinner tonight. Taco Tuesday. Okay, I'm just going to check to make sure the feed's coming through, okay? If you're joining me, do me a favor and give me a shout out. Say, hey, Liz, I'm here. Hi, I'm here. Oh my goodness. I freaking love this. Some of you have already put down comments about being single and looking for, or not looking, what's the right wording I want to say, is being open to having a partner in your life, having a beloved in your life, having a lover, having a friend, a companion, whatever. Okay, I'm going to read some of the comments here. This is so cool. Okay, Giovanna's here. Hi, Giovanna. I haven't seen you face to face in a long time. Judith, Tanya, Lisa, Noel, Jaitara. Okay, it's ladies' night. And guys, if you're there, this conversation is not just for women. This is for men also. This is for anybody. I don't care what kind of, it's for adult relationships. Did I say that right? Okay, I'm really interested in what everybody's saying here. So let me just read all of these really quickly. Kelly Lee, Lene is here. My niece is here. How cool is that? My niece, okay, big shout out to my niece, Linnea. She just had a baby. Well, not just had a baby. Carson is almost 6 months old. She was born on December 7th. So she'll be 6 months out. Wait a minute. December to January. Okay, I can't count, but it's like a little bit more than 5, and she's absolutely adorable. So Linnea Rivkin is a new mom. She's my niece, and she and her husband Dan are doing the most amazing job at conscious parenting, and it's really, really beautiful to watch. And it's so beautiful to watch. Like, it feels like each generation, if we're learning from the past generation, willing to be open and learning about what the past generation did and what worked, what didn't work. And I love watching them because they're doing things so differently than our parents did. And then her parents did, and that my mom did. So it's very cool to watch. So, okay. So let's see some of the comments here. I'm so excited to talk about this. You have no idea how excited I am to talk about this. All right, so Jaitara made a comment. Noel, the only man I could possibly connect with ever would have to be found at a CYL event. I will no longer socialize outside of this collective mindset again. I'm going to speak to that today. I will treat it, support, healing it, but not in my personal life. Nope, lesson learned. Appreciate the journey and grateful that lesson is over. Finally ready to date. No, but let's see what you have here. Okay. Be open, Noel. Be open, because what I'm about to share, I don't think a lot of you know about me. So I'm gonna share it. Lisa, I remember when you met your love. Wish I could join live, but I'm finally getting my hair colored. Fantastic. We want to see you here when you're done. Judith, she enjoys male friendship, but not planning to marry or have only one male friend in my life. Still, I want to join the conversation. Okay, great. I'm so glad that you're joining. Yeah, you've been happily married, Kelly Lee. I know. You've been married for a long time. I'm not sure how to have an adult relationship. Janice, that's great. Oh, congratulations on the baby. Okay, Mary's here, Vicky's here, Elizabeth's here. All right, so here's what I want to know. I want to know about your relationship status, if you're willing to share. So here's what I mean by that. Are you single? And if you are single, are you interested in finding is not the right word. Are you interested in seeking out or being with your life partner? Are you looking to be with a life partner? There we go. Are you looking to be with a life partner? That's what I'd like to know. Or are you happily single? You have no desire to be in a relationship. So I'm going to share some things with you. I and I'll try to be as concise as possible. So I got married for the first time ever, and my only marriage, I'm sure it will be, at 49. And I had my professional life was great, loved what I did, yeah. It was loving working, doing Mishka Productions and Celebrate Your Life events, and I still do. But my personal life was a train wreck. And I'm not going to go into all the sort of details, but suffice to say, I had a challenging background with men and challenging background with relationships. And I apologize. I'm looking at my feed coming through and it looks really, really, really pixelated. So I'm so sorry that it looks so crappy. I don't know why, if my internet is funky right now. I don't know what's going on. At any rate, I'll just keep talking and you can just see me in a blur. So I had kind of a challenging growing up in terms of relationships with men. My biological dad was just a train wreck, alcoholic, violent, abandonment, all kinds of, stuff like that, irresponsible. Second, my mom was married 3 times. So the second husband was just shitty. And the third was worse than the other 2. And I was adopted when I was about 16 by him because we thought, oh, this is such a great family. But Casey Miller taught me this phrase, a wolf in sheep's clothing. Yeah, that is such an accurate description. So I had all these challenges, and of course, challenges to get through with my mom as well. And of course, on some level, we chose that, right? We choose this shit. Like, why? But suffice to say, I did, right? My soul's choice. But it did wreak havoc on the way I was having relationships and, intimate relationships. And so what I was finding is that I kept getting in relationships with really, really dysfunctional people. And dysfunctional in terms of it looked like the same pattern over and over again. So emotionally unavailable, alcoholics, out of work. I was the caretaker. We were not on the same page. So and it really, the common denominator, of course, was myself. Okay, somebody's singleness. I'm open to the possibility of, okay, somebody said, hey, hi, Liz, did you see my post about Zook? No, I did not. But we'll get back to that. Giovanna, I'm very comfortable, maybe too comfortable in my singleness. I'm open to the possibility of a really beautiful conscious partnership, nothing less, however. Exactly. Oh, Lisa, you're here. Okay, so long story short, and there's all kinds of sordid things in between what I'm about to share with you. When I was about, I want to say, I think I was about 46-ish, 46, 47. I bottomed out. And when I say I bottomed out, I was in a relationship. It's so awful. I was in a relationship and I'd ended the relationship, but I was a mess and I was completely and totally addicted. I was in this trauma drama place and I could not emancipate myself from it, and addicted to my own behavior. And I was finding myself in that eating disorder place again. For those of you who don't know the story, I had a bad eating disorder and panic disorder when I was in my early 30s, and healed from that with a lot of work. So I was finding myself back there again and not being able to climb out of it. And it was that was like another defining moment for me. Sorry. It was just a defining moment for me where I couldn't do that anymore. And here I am working with these amazing teachers, right? Including my mom and Wayne Dyer and Deepak and Neil Donald Walsh and Joe Dispenza and Bruce Lipton and, Marianne Williamson and Lisa Williams and all these, and Sunny Dawn Johnston, all these powerful teachers. And my personal life, I just couldn't get my shit together. So at this point, I had I had met this life coach. It was a very high-end executive life coach. And he said to me, Liz, you're this amazing, beautiful woman, and there's no reason in the world why you have to go through this trauma drama with your personal relationships. And you come and be my client, and within a year, we will have cleared all this out and you will have met your beloved. I said, okay, what are we talking about? Well, it was a lot of money. And by a lot of money, I mean 150,000 for a year. And I don't have that kind of money to spend on a life coach. And my mother was so amazing because she knew who this man was. And she said, come on, we'll go out, we'll borrow the money, we'll do a loan. I know you suffer with this. And I said, no, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give myself a year. And if this man thinks I can do it, then I have to find the resources where I just have to figure out what it will take, because all of these other people around me seem to have, functional relationships with their partners, seem to have found the love of their life, the partner of their life. Now, I want to make something clear. I'll get there in a second. I'll jump back in a second. And if they can figure it out, I know I've got some baggage. And I've done a ton of therapy, you guys. So please don't say, oh, I just needed a therapist. I've done a shitload of therapy since I've been probably 18 years old, 17 to 18 years old. So it wasn't a lack of personal development or spiritual development, because I'd had a good balance of both at this point in my life. But there was something that I wasn't getting, and there was something that wasn't clicking for me. So what I did is that I got real with myself, and I said, fuck it. I have to figure this shit out. And it wasn't about me figuring this out because I was so desperate to be married. There were several things. It was like the soul's calling. It was this deep soul's calling within myself that I knew that my soul, it was for my soul's growth, that I had to figure out how to jump over these obstacles, and also to stop the family cycle, this cellular thing that goes into families where, my mother, whatever dysfunctional she came from, and then her dysfunctional stuff, and now it was being passed on to her kids, because at the same time, my sister had left her husband of 21 years, and he was that same model of our father's. So I knew that it was a cycle I had to break, not only for myself, but for my nieces. And I don't have any children, any two-legged children. So I knew that this was a deep, deep calling for me. And I longed to have, I'm going to say it, I longed to have this normal life, whatever normal looked like, because things in my house growing up were not normal. And I was that kid that looked at everybody else with the mommy and the daddy and thought that was the dream. But I wanted something like this for me. I wanted to be in a healthy, monogamous, thriving, open-hearted, loving, spiritual relationship with a man. I was very clear on that. And I created what I call the Liz game plan. And I put myself literally on a game plan in order to get real with myself, take off the rose-colored glasses, and get down and dirty real. And I found myself doing a lot of different things. And so what I did is that I pulled from all the teachers. And at the time I was really good friends with Doreen Virtue, and Doreen and I had talked a lot about being single and getting out of that like dysfunctional abyss of dating the same kind of man over and over again, except they have a different face. You understand what I'm saying? Like the same thing over and over again. And instead of looking out there like, well, why am I attracting it? I had to look at, why really am I attracting this? What is going on for me internally? So what I did was I looked at what the similar traits every one of those men had. I also looked at the similar traits of my major caretakers, of the negative traits. And I put that all into a list. And what I had to learn how to do, because it became extremely clear that I was choosing partners with the same negative traits as some of my major caretakers, right? Now, I know you guys probably know this because you've done a lot of work on yourself, right? However, the next steps that I did after that were crucial in allowing myself to have the what I call it emotional discipline. And emotional discipline is having discipline over that part of you that you know isn't healthy, that you know gets you into that same pattern over and over and over again. It's not something that comes naturally for me, because when I would meet a man and I would be so like, wah! Like zazazu and all over the place, it was like from 0 to 60. In like 60 seconds, I would be like falling in love. They're my soulmate, jumping in bed with them. This is like, oh, this is it, you know? And of course it would crumble within 2 weeks. It is like a muscle that has to be worked, Noelle. It is a muscle. So I put myself on this game plan and I gave myself a year. And within that year, if I wasn't successful in getting through my own bullshit, in finding, because I just knew, I know, just as I know for myself, I know for you, if you are seeking a life partner, I knew that the relationship that I was seeking was seeking me. I knew that if I had this deep calling, that somewhere out there was a man who had the same deep calling for me. I knew that. I just knew, and I kept saying that to myself over and over until I really, really, really felt it, until I started to live it, that I knew that if I'm seeking this, they are seeking this. Just as I know for you, if you are seeking a life partner that matches you, that meets you, okay? I'm not talking about one that doesn't fit, that you have to like go through all these machinations to make it fit. No, I'm talking about someone that fits with you. I know that with every single pore of my being, for myself, and I know that for you. So what I did was I put myself on this year game plan, and within that year, and I worked hard. I mean, I absolutely worked hard on this, and I put myself on, I think, 3 or 4 dating sites, because I really wasn't meeting. I know, Noelle, you want to meet a guy at Celebrate Your Life, but I met Jeff on Match.com. I met my husband, Jeff, on Match.com. Now, I was dating other men. I was not just dating one person. And I put myself on a dating game plan as well as doing the inner work, as well as doing the spiritual manifestation work. So I did it all. I did the physical work, I did the emotional work, I did the mental work, and I did the spiritual work. So I did all of it. And in about, I want to say it was about 10 months, 9 or 10 months, Jeff came into the picture. And at first, and he knows this, so I can share this, at first I wasn't drawn to him. Now, let me just give you the picture of who this man is. Now, you all know what I do for a living. I've been on a holistic, holistic path, really since I've been 16. I think I've taken antibiotics once in like all of those years because I had something or other, but it's a strep throat. So I've never really I've done a ton of body work, chiropractors. I've done all kinds of healing work with myself. That's just the way my mom, that was our modality of being in the world, not necessarily allopathic medicine. So I meet Jeff. He is a holistic chiropractor, nutritionist, acupuncture, exercise physiologist. He's 6 foot tall. He's handsome. My mantra was, thank you, God, for bringing into my life a life partner, a man who is spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, and financially healthy. So those were the 5 elements that I was looking for. And I had my list, and he checked off all of them. And I wasn't drawn to him at first, of course, because I was still caught up in there were still those little parts of me that were still caught up in that, oh, it had to be this big explosion, zazazoo. However, I remember a therapist once saying to me, when you meet the man and that has all those qualities, keep dating him, keep dating him, keep dating him, and see what happens. Well, I did. And I kept dating the healthy man. I kept dating the healthy man that had more of a stable background than I did. And I knew that was important too, just from the therapeutic work I'd done. I'd had to find someone who had a more stable background because my background was not as stable. So I just kept dating him. And we gently and easily, with no trauma drama, and I mean no trauma drama, fell in love. And now, of course, we've been married for many years. So I guess here's why I'm sharing this with you, because as I was going through this, I remember after I got married, I thought, God, why? This is it. I figured it out. And there's a formula for this. There's really a formula. And so I started writing about it. And I wrote a book. Well, I never published the book, but I'm going to because the book is written. I had a contract in hand, and I decided at that time in my life, it was just a couple of years ago, not to publish the book. However, I'm going to publish the book. But what I'm going to do even sooner than that is I have decided, because we've got all this time and space right now, right? I have decided that I'm going to teach a 2-hour evening course on how to get out of the dysfunctional dating, if you will, and find your life partner. And when I say dysfunctional dating, some of you are dating, some of you are not dating, whatever it is. The whole thing is going to be about those 2 hours I'm going to devote to completely how to find your life partner, how to do exactly what I did. And I'll take everybody through the steps. I'll take you through the processes. It's just going to be a 2-hour short thing. Not a lot to get too in depth, but we're going to do this over a video platform where I can see you and also take questions. But I'm really, really excited about this. And I'm excited about this for a couple of reasons. I'm excited about it because I know it works. I know what I did works. And it's not just sitting and manifesting and putting out your wish list. There are actual big action steps that I took. There are huge epiphanies that I had during this. And I have to tell you, I struggled for years from until I was 47 years old. Yeah, I really struggled with it. And I figured it out. I figured out the mystery to unearthing ourselves to really what it takes to find the love of your life. So who is this class for? This class is for those of you who are interested in being with a life partner, in finding a loving companion. This class is not for people who haven't struggled with that. I would say that the class is not for people who are married. The class is not for people who haven't struggled with this. And I want to say if you're a widow or a widower, because and you had a loving relationship, because I don't think the issues are the same for those of you who may have been in relationships or divorced or just can't seem to make a relationship work and you don't understand it because you're this fabulous human being. And why aren't you partnered the way other people are partnered? This is who it's for, because you are magnificent. You are fabulous. And I absolutely know with every single pore of my being, if you have the desire to be life partnered and be with a companion, I know that there's someone out there for you that is a good fit, that is a great fit. So, and it does take work. I'm not going to lie to you. It took me commitment to allow myself to get through some of the obstacles that were holding me back, that were really, really holding me back. And I unearthed it. And it's not going to be an expensive thing. I think we're going to do it for like $20 or something like that. Because I want people to start having this information. I've been hiding in the closet with this too long. I have a friend of mine, Jill Angelo, so this woman, and you probably meet her at some point. She's in our community. So Jill was single, and she and I had this great conversation, and she was struggling with it. And I said, this is what you need to do, Jill. This is what you have to do. And within, I think, several months, she went ahead and did it, and now she's married. And she always tells me, Liz, Dawn, it's because of that conversation we had. Because the light bulb will go on, and you'll go, oh, shit, that's what I should have been doing. So, yeah. Yeah. Oh, Colleen, I'm sorry. I'm going to just go to Colleen's comment for a second. I come from alcoholic and emotionally abusive parents. Found myself with many undesirable men. Now haven't dated for many years, over 8 years. I think I still have a ton of work to do on me before I'm able to attract a more appropriate partner. Okay, so what I'm going to teach you will cut through the bullshit of it. Because we've all done the work. We all love ourselves. We love ourselves. We know ourselves. We've been meditating. We've been doing all this great work, right? And now it's just finding those little pieces that you'll go, oh God, I'm getting goosebumps, you guys. Because I feel like this is truth that I'm speaking, even if it's just to one of you, even if it's just a Colleen out there, I just know it, or Noelle, or Lisa. You guys, I'm going to just encourage you, spend the $20. If you hated the class, you can come and tell me, and I'll send you $20 back in the mail. But I know that this information is going to give you that aha moments, the way it's going to just enable you to have an action plan, because I didn't have an action plan. And once I did, it was like, wow. And Jeff and I got together at an extremely difficult point in both of our lives. Actually, it was more my life. My mom got very, very sick 6 months after we met. And I had to move in with my mom and help caretake. And he moved in with me and was treating her and loving her like he would his own mom, only after 6 months. And that was pretty amazing. And he stayed. And 10 years later, he's still staying. And so am I. Oh, okay. So I just going to read some of your comments. Judith, neither of my two husbands were emotionally mature. Yep. Well, and here's the deal. You said something really important. Neither were willing to take the steps necessary to strengthen ourselves in our relationship. Yeah. So we don't want to find men or women that we have to fix, that we have to work on, that we have to make fit into our lives. We're ready to find people at this point in our lives. We're ready to find people that are a match for us. Because what I kept doing is I kept trying to fit a square peg into a round hole over and over. And is this the guy? Is this the guy? Is this the one? Am I going to be in love here? What's going to happen here? Over and over and over again. Over and over again, trying to make it fit when it wasn't a fit. How many of you have done that? Or making excuses for their bad behavior? How many of you have done that? Making excuses for the person's bad behavior when you know in your heart that what they did was really shitty. Regina, good. Sounds great. I've sort of given up on dating. Okay, I've struggled and have come to the point of giving up on love. I get it, Lisa. Yes. Little keys open big doors. Yes, they do, Noelle. Me too. Thank you, Liz. You're such an inspiration. And I have to tell you, that's the point of this, because I know that my story inspires people, because there aren't many women like me out there. There aren't many women who figured it out past the age of like 35. So I was a bit of an anomaly that, 49, 50 years old, that was my first marriage. And it wasn't for lack of trying prior to that, or if it wasn't for lack of being an amazing woman. And I'm not saying that in a conceited way. I've really had to step into being able to say that about myself. So yeah, and you're all going to be able to say that about yourselves, unless of course you're a man and you'll get to say you're an amazing man. Okay, good. All right, Judith. Hi, Ginger. All right, partner to co-create a legacy, not a push-pull fight to move forward. Exactly. Ignoring the behavior. Oh my goodness. And then your friends, Janice, I love that you said that, because then your friends are on the sideline screaming, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Get out of this relationship. Get out of this relationship. And you're like, no, no, no. But we have a deep connection. We're soulmates. Oh my God, I've done that so many times. You have no idea. Oh my goodness. I don't know how my mom and my friends lived through those years with me. I determined I wanted to heal me before I was ready for a new relationship. Years later, now's the time. All right, absolutely. Now is the time. It's about ourselves and who we bring in. Liz, during losing your mom, you got so vulnerable, and that was your guy. Yep. Exactly. There was this bittersweet thing that was happening in my life at that time. And this amazing man was there in front of me, during a very difficult time in my life. And he stayed. Yeah. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I want you to do right now. This is what I know so far. We haven't totally set the class up yet, but I just wanted to do a teaser. So here's what I'd like to know. If you're interested in this, please put a yes in the comments. If you're interested in the class, it's going to be an evening in June. So, and we're going to be here. We're going to do it on the internet, so nobody has to travel. It's going to be inexpensive. Like the most it's going to be is $20. Maybe we'll make it $19.99. And there are some criteria. Here's the criteria: is that you are single and you are looking to create a monogamous, committed, loving partnership in your life. And I don't care if you're straight, if you're gay, if you're bi, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The key is you're looking to create and to bring into your life a life partner for yourself, somebody that's a fit for you. Someone that you don't have to make fit into your life. You don't have to fix to fit into your life. Someone who's a match for you and who meets you. And if that's what you're interested in, please put a yes down. And if you have friends, yes, it counts you out, Ginger, because you found Brad. And if you have friends, I will invite you to ask your friends as well. As a matter of fact, if you are interested, I would love your help in sharing the information with other people as well, because I think it's time. I think this is important information to get out there. And really, it's time for me to get off my butt and share the information. I know that it's time. I know what this time and space has really given to me. And I know that so many people are hungry for it. I get that. So, okay. Well, Noelle, the only way to find out if it's the right time is to jump in and see if it is or not. Okay. So I will keep you all posted. I'm also going to post a poll on the page. So I'm going to do another survey. And the survey is going to ask, and when I say happily single, is because I absolutely believe that all of you are happy and you're great with your lives, and you're just like I was. I was great with my life. I could have gone on that way. And I also could have just chosen, you know what? I don't want to have dinner by myself every night the way I'd been doing it for those, 20, 30 years, that I really was looking for somebody. So you're 95% interested. All right, so it's going to be in June. Right now, I believe we've got Thursday, June 18th penciled in. So actually pencil that into your calendars right now. Thursday, June 18th. It'll be in the evening. Yeah, I guess I sort of officially announced it. Oh shit, now we got to do it. Yes, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm excited because some of you are interested, and that's like so cool to me. I didn't know if anybody would be interested. So that's really kind of exciting. All right, great. So I'm going to post a survey after I do this video, and within the next couple of hours. If you would take the survey, I'd really appreciate it. That would help me also to get a better barometer of how many people are interested in doing the class. All right, you guys. Thank you. Any questions or any comments before I sign off today? Anybody want to ask me something? Answers to the universe. I don't have my cards, so I can't do a reading. I was doing readings the other day for those of you that were here. Oh, wait, but I do have this that I could use as a pendulum. All right, that's it for now. Go ahead and mark that on your calendars. And I'm so appreciative that so many of you are open to this and willing to share and be vulnerable enough to show up for it and to share your stories as well. Thank you so much for those of you who shared. Okay. All right, you're excited. Okay, good. Yay, Colleen. Yay, Judith and Lisa. All right, that's it for now. And I will keep you posted. And we're going to go ahead and do a survey. So make sure and check out the survey. And if you're just joining us right now, I'm going to post this video so you can go ahead and rewind it and post it and watch it if you haven't seen it yet. Okay. Love you all so much for showing up. Thank you. Bye.